So as everyone else in this room, I'm sure today, I'm also deeply worried about the continuous human rights violations in Iran. At this point, we are now at the beginning of Rouhani's second term as president, which, as we know, he became president after an unopposed election, which obviously at least has to raise some questions. Even though Rouhani is considered a moderate by everyone in the West, it is a fact that more than 3,000 people were executed in his first term. This makes Iran the worldwide leader with the highest number of executions per capita. President Rouhani recently also replaced his justice minister, who was known to be a member of the death committee in Tehran during the 1988 massacre, and he replaced him with Ali Reza Avai, who himself was a member of the death committee in the southern province in Iran. Avai is also on the EU blacklist for human rights violations since 2011. So this means that the current regime is not much different from the one 30 years ago, even though we in the West consider them to have a more moderate appearance and probably also even more suitable to deal with for us in the West. That is why I'm confused and also getting more and more frustrated by the way the EU and Mrs. Mogherini are dealing with Iran. She encourages people to invest in Iran, but in the meantime she remains silent about the human rights violations and the repression of women in Iran. This silence by EU's foreign policy chief is damaging not only for Europe's reputation, but unfortunately it's also beneficial for the theocratic state of the mullahs that feel encouraged to carry on their repressive rule. As you know, the main tool of repression in Iran is the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. They also control most of the Iranian economy. Last week, however, finally, IRGC was added to the list of terrorist organizations by the US Treasury. This means also that all European companies who want to do business with Iran risk being sanctioned by the US government because they may be directly or indirectly making a deal with the IRGC, which is now blacklisted. These new events will lead us into new relations with Iran, and it has to make us think whether it is wise to invest further in this regime. As policymakers in the EU, we need to realize that the current regime will never be a true partner for us, as it continues to violate basic human rights. In any case, the message today is that relations with Iran should be reconsidered and even conditioned to halts and executions. As everyone else, I also had the opportunity to meet Mrs. Rajavi when she was in Brussels here last year, and I must say it was an inspiring visit because I think she is an inspirational leader, and I'm here, the Women Ambassador, Women in Parliament Ambassador for this Parliament, and I must say it was really inspirational to meet with her because I really do feel that she is a symbol of anti-fundamentalism today, as she pleads for more women's rights and separation of religion and state. And I think we should all support her in her campaign for a free Iran. Thank you.